Have you ever felt like you're always the backup plan? Never really visible, always just filling a space? What if I told you that being unignorable isn't about changing who you are? It's about strengthening who you already are. Today we'll explore how to transition from being the supporting cast to becoming the focal point, to live in a way that people not only notice, but genuinely respect and appreciate. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, it's easy to feel overlooked. But modern Stoicism and cognitive psychology offers a roadmap rooted in timeless wisdom. You don't need to renovate your personality, you just need to polish it. We'll share subtle shifts in behavior and mindset, small enough to practice daily, but powerful enough to turn heads and change dynamics. Each tip builds toward one goal. Your presence should feel like an unspoken statement. That doesn't mean dominating conversations or seeking attention. It means standing with quiet confidence. Imagine entering a room and feeling naturally heard, valued, not by changing yourself, but by claiming the energy and space meant for you. If you're ready to step off the sidelines and into your own center stage, without losing who you are, hit subscribe and join our journey from invisible to indispensable. No gimmicks, no pressure, just real steps to help you own your value, unapologetically. Rule 1, embrace independence. Let's start with something powerful, independence. In relationships, we often blur the line between connection and dependence. But here's a Stoic truth. Your happiness is yours to create, not anyone else's responsibility to provide. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. What does that mean in your daily life? It means you don't rely on someone else to validate your worth, your joy, or your purpose. Seneca taught us that if you find peace within, you'll stop chasing it in others. Epictetus reminded us that fulfillment comes from focusing on what's in our control, our choices, our actions, our mindset. So ask yourself, are you bringing your full self into your relationships or just pieces, hoping someone else completes you? Embracing independence doesn't mean shutting people out. It means showing up whole. When you become the source of your own contentment, you stop seeking permission to feel worthy. And paradoxically, that's when people are most drawn to you, because nothing is more attractive than someone who stands confidently on their own 2 feet. Rule 2, balance in initiating communication. Let's talk about balance. Ever feel like you're always the one texting first, planning dates, or starting deep conversations? In modern Stoicism, it's about adapting, knowing when to lead and when to step back. Marcus Aurelius compared life to wrestling. It requires effort and rhythm. That rhythm applies to relationships too. If you're always the starter, the rhythm becomes one-sided and predictable, not attractive. Seneca stressed self-reliance. You shouldn't rely on others to make things happen. Epictetus reminds us, control what you can, your actions, intentions, tone, while leaving space for others to show interest. Think of it as a dance. You invite, they respond. You lead, they follow. If there's no response, it's feedback, clear and respectful. It tells you where you're both at. Here's a scenario. Imagine you initiate a call or send a message and don't hear back. Instead of chasing, reflect. Did they match your effort? Relationships thrive when both contribute. So next time you feel like you're always starting the show, pause. Let them take the stage. Let them show they want to be there. That small shift from constant starter to co-creator brings balance, mutual respect, and a deeper connection. Rule 3, set boundaries and communicate clearly. Let's dive into something vital, boundaries. In modern Stoicism, inner peace is non-negotiable, and that starts with knowing where you draw the line. Relationships bloom when mutual respect is present. Without clear boundaries, chaos seeps in. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to protect our inner tranquility. Seneca teaches resilience and self-reliance. Epictetus focuses on controlling what we can, our own thoughts and actions. Boundaries are the natural extension. They define what's acceptable and what's not. Imagine a scenario. Your partner repeatedly cancels plans last minute, voicing your needs by saying, "I value our time and I need notice if plans change," is not demanding, it's communicating. It's about clarity, not conflict. That simple statement says, "I respect both my time and yours, and I trust you to do the same." From a cognitive perspective, setting boundaries helps reframe our expectations and limit stress. It shows you know your worth and expect respect. When both people understand the rules of engagement, trust builds, misunderstandings fade, and mutual growth becomes possible. So next time you feel your internal alarm ringing, whether it's discomfort, irritation, or exhaustion, pause. Ask yourself, what boundary am I feeling pushed past? Then speak up with calm and clarity. That's not selfish. That's modern Stoic strength. Rule 4, value your time and presence. Let's get real about something most people overlook. Your time is not infinite, and your presence is not cheap. Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius remind us constantly, time is the one resource you can't get back. Yet how often do we give it away freely to those who don't value it? Seneca said, "People are frugal in guarding their personal property, but as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful." The way you spend your time is the clearest signal of what you truly value. And if you consistently invested in people who cancel last minute, don't listen, or take you for granted, you're sending the wrong message about your own worth. Think of your time like currency. Would you hand out $100 bills to someone who doesn't say thank you? Of course not. So why do it with your hours? Modern psychology supports this too. When we prioritize meaningful experiences and relationships, our overall well-being rises. So guard your calendar, be mindful with your energy, and choose presence with intention. Your time is your life. Don't spend it on someone who treats it like loose change. Rule 5. Prioritize your own needs. Here's a truth we often overlook. When you constantly prioritize others over yourself, you silently teach them to do the same. The Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, remind us that self-control and inner stability are the pillars of a strong life. That begins with knowing and honoring your own needs. Let me ask you, when was the last time you said yes just to avoid conflict, or pushed aside your needs because someone else's seemed more urgent? It may feel like kindness, but done repeatedly, it leads to quiet resentment and self-erasure. Modern cognitive psychology backs this up. If your needs are perpetually unmet, your mind internalizes a message: I don't matter. And when you stop mattering to yourself, others soon follow. So what does prioritizing yourself actually look like? It means resting when you're exhausted, saying no without guilt, and creating space to do things that nourish your well-being. Not out of selfishness, but self-respect. People naturally respect those who respect themselves. So protect your energy, meet your needs. Not only will you feel stronger, but you'll also draw in people who treat you as worthy, because that's exactly how you treat yourself. Rule 6, be valuable and let others invest in you. Have you ever felt like you're always doing the giving and rarely receiving? Modern Stoicism teaches us that relationships should feel like two people building, not one always carrying the load. Rule number 6, be valuable, then let others invest in you. Imagine you're a tree. The healthier you are, roots strong, branches full, you attract allies, birds nesting, people admiring, others contributing to your growth. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that inner strength draws respect. Seneca echoed this. Self-worth isn't found by seeking praise, but by becoming truly worthy of it. In cognitive psychology, it's called reciprocal altruism, the idea that genuine contributions beget meaningful connections. If you invest in yourself, skills, purpose, integrity, others naturally want to invest back. So how do you become more valuable? Start with small commitments. Learn a new skill, volunteer, create something meaningful. Track progress. Evidence of your growth speaks volumes. When you show, I care about my journey, others say, I want in too. Letting people invest in you doesn't mean being needy. It's inviting authentic support. It means allowing compliments, accepting help, sharing wins, not for validation, but for connection. Here's the paradox. When you shine, you don't need to chase appreciation. It pours in, and relationships grow richer, balanced, and fulfilling. So water your tree. Let it flourish. Rule 7, live your own life. Imagine your life as a song. When you play your own melody, it resonates deeply. Rule number 7, live your own life. Modern Stoicism teaches us that fulfillment starts within. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that harmony with ourselves brings harmony with the universe. You're the composer of your symphony. Don't let others change your tune. Consider this. Have you ever sidelined a passion or skipped a goal because someone else's expectations overshadowed yours? Cognitive psychology suggests that intrinsic motivation, not external approval, creates lasting satisfaction. When you pursue what truly matters to you, you gain energy, focus, and authenticity. Here's a challenge. Take one action today that aligns with your values. Start that personal project, commit to your fitness, or spend an hour writing. Notice how regained purpose and self-respect naturally attract people who appreciate who you really are, not an imitation. The paradox of Stoicism. You gain more freedom when you're unapologetically yourself. By living authentically, you're not just present in your life, you're leading it. And that kind of presence draws in others who respect and connect with your genuine energy. So own that melody. Live loud. Rule 8. Show your value, not through words, but through your actions. In modern Stoicism, respecting yourself is non-negotiable. And that respect is silently communicated when you live by your principles. Think, how would you feel if someone always talked big but never delivered? Disappointed, right? It's the same for others when actions speak louder than promises. Cognitive psychology shows our brains trust behavior more than talk. So if you're reliable, focused, and kind consistently, that builds trust and earns respect naturally. It's not about bragging, it's about embodying your values. Here's a simple exercise. Pick one principle, such as discipline, generosity, or courage, and act on it today. Maybe you finish that report early, or you help a friend without expecting anything in return. Notice how small, consistent wins shape your reputation more than empty words ever could. In a world full of noise, quiet competence stands out. You don't have to shout to be heard. When you live your values consistently, others notice, and that respect lasts. It's the Stoic way, internal strength reflected outwardly. Rule 9. Master the art of mystery. Reveal yourself thoughtfully, not all at once. Modern Stoicism and cognitive psychology remind us that subtlety draws curiosity. Think of a slow-burning novel. Each chapter leaves you wanting more. Similarly, when you share your story piece by piece, you build magnetic presence. Consider this. Have you ever been intrigued by someone who only reveals glimpses of their life? That curiosity pulls you in more than a full open book ever could. From my own experience in conversations, I've found deeper connections by listening more and speaking less initially, sharing a powerful anecdote rather than an entire autobiography. The result? People lean in, ask questions, and genuinely remember you. Here's a simple strategy. When someone asks about your passions or past, offer one compelling glimpse, a moment that shaped you, instead of unloading it all. Later, share another insight organically as the conversation continues. This approach honors the Stoic principle of temperance, showing you value your inner world without oversharing. In a world where everyone overshares, cultivating mystery gives you depth and presence. It's not about hiding, it's about revealing with intent. By practicing the art of mystery, you become unforgettable, a person whose presence is both intriguing and genuine. Rule 10. Create your own happiness. Because true joy isn't found in others, it's cultivated from within. Stoic thinkers like Marcus Aurelius believe that the quality of your thoughts shapes your reality. And modern psychology echoes this. Your happiness depends more on your mindset than your circumstances. Think about it. Have you ever relied on someone else to make you feel good, only to feel lost when they pull away? That's because happiness that depends on others is fragile. But when you find joy in the little things, your morning routine, a goal achieved, quiet reflection, you become grounded. I've personally found that journaling and daily gratitude have transformed how I view the world. They remind me I'm already whole, not missing something external. Creating your own happiness doesn't mean cutting off relationships. It means entering them from a place of emotional richness, not emotional debt. It's about being someone who shares happiness, not seeks it from others. When you radiate this kind of joy, people are drawn to you, not because you need them, but because your presence uplifts them. You don't need permission to feel good. Own your joy, because that's your real power. Rule 11. Cultivate emotional resilience. Notice how your partner's mood swings reverberate through the room. Do you absorb their tension or let it pass like a cloud in the sky? That's the hallmark of emotional resilience. It's not about becoming emotionally cold. It's about staying grounded when chaos strikes. In modern psychology, we call this emotional regulation. It's a skill anyone can train, just like a muscle. For example, the next time you feel triggered, try this simple 3-step routine. Pause, name your feeling. That's frustration or anxiety. And then choose how to respond. Just a single deep breath can ripple out into everything that follows. You might ask, does this actually work? Absolutely. Studies in cognitive behavioral therapy show that labeling emotions helps reduce their intensity and prevent impulsive reactions. Personally, when I face family tension or workplace stress, I've used this daily, and it's the difference between reacting and responding. The real power kicks in over time. Not only will others notice your calm, unshakable presence, but you'll also surprise yourself with how resilient you've become. You'll realize it's not about controlling others, it's about mastering yourself. That's modern Stoicism, combining ancient wisdom with cognitive insight to build inner peace no matter what storms come your way. Rule 12. Grow with purpose. Reflect on a moment when you learned something new, not for anyone else, but simply because it spoke to you. That inner spark, that's purpose. In Stoicism, it's called living according to your nature, and in cognitive psychology, we call it purposeful goal setting. Purpose isn't just a feel-good idea, it's magnetic. People are drawn to those with meaning behind their actions. That's why the person who pursues a passion, volunteers, or expands their mind with clear intention stands out. So ask yourself, does this activity align with what I truly believe? Is it making me stronger, wiser, happier? If the answer is yes, keep going. And if it's no, it might be time to reassess. Purposeful growth lights you up and others notice. Respect follows admiration, and admiration leads to meaningful connections. This isn't about chasing success. It's about crafting a life story you're proud of. When you grow with purpose, you don't just exist, you inspire. So here we are, swapping roles from background player to unforgettable protagonist. You've now got 12 modern Stoic rules in your toolkit, each one a stepping stone to owning your value and commanding respect in relationships. Remember, you are the main character in your story. These principles, embracing independence, setting clear boundaries, valuing your time, cultivating emotional resilience, growing with purpose, aren't just strategies. They're the blueprint for a life where you're seen, heard, and deeply valued. Now it's your turn. Let us know which Stoic rule resonates most with you. Share your insights in the comments. Let's learn and grow together. And if this video ignited something in you, show your support. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Your journey isn't just about better relationships. It's about writing a story worth living. Let's keep building this personal legacy, one choice at a time. Until next time, stay strong, stay centered, and stay unforgettable.